Every video that is posted on TikTok is cringe. I know. Some of you made some cool videos dancing with your friends that were fun, but hear me out.
Bruh, what the hell are you capping about?
Get my pretty name out of your mouth.
TikTok is a massively popular video sharing platform, especially among young generations. It is an evolution of a culture of internet cringe commentary. Due to the video time limits and the user experience of the app, all content that is uploaded operates as cringe to the viewer. The ease that the platform allows engagement with other users' content creates a desire-based dilemma in the morally conscious viewer. This due to the questionable history of cringe commentary on the internet. The simple act of not using the app's tools of engagement is a way for us viewers to lay down our gaze in the Lacanian sense and avert our eyes to assure our own morality. Lacan's theory of the gaze is only rendered upon the question of authenticity of the creator being watched. Your ideology is confronted when your desire reveals itself as wanting to not be the subject of the cringe. Or, in other words, your desire as a spectator is confronted when you realize you could be the subject of internet cringe. To have an understanding of the content posted on TikTok, we must go back and explore the origins of internet cringe culture and YouTube commentary. In a book called Cringeworthy, A Theory of Awkwardness, Melissa Dahl provides us with two different kinds of cringe with differing intentions: compassionate cringe versus contemptuous cringe. Compassionate cringe involves an emotional identification with the person that has embarrassed themselves in some way. We have all done something embarrassing in public, so we can be empathetic of their situation. A good example of compassionate cringe can be described by this hypothetical situation. You're in public and you fall in front of a bunch of people. Would you prefer that they glanced at you and immediately looked away with no expression, or would you rather they chuckled a bit and acknowledged the mistake, then moved on? The latter is a way of cringing that breaks the awkwardness of the situation and presents a compassionate, empathetic response, which is to say, it happens to all of us sometimes. Then there is contemptuous cringe, which is an emotionally distant interaction void of an empathetic response. This version of cringe is the kind found in the internet cringe culture posts. It becomes a malicious trend of cyberbullying, preying on marginalized internet communities for popularity and fame. For my purposes, I will focus on YouTube cringe compilation videos and commentary as predecessors to TikTok, but other parts of internet culture contributed heavily to this type of harassment. In 2016, the infamous YouTube personality Leafy Is Here pioneered the genre of cringe compilation. He was well known for his loud, roast-style commentary videos that gathered such popularity and offended so many that he became a meme, and enough backlash caused YouTube to permanently ban his account. He played videos on the screen while making attempted comedic commentary for his audience. But a lot of these early examples of cringe compilations were offensive as they were just verbal attacks on anti-progressive, anti-trans, anti-gay, and pretty much any other marginalized community on the internet. The videos were made to simply insult and bully someone for how they look or how they identify. This does not align with Melissa Dahl's theory of cringe. It wasn't a critique of actual cringeworthy content. It was a harassment of communities of which Leafy Is Here could not himself identify with. Cringeworthy content in a truer sense is awkwardness as a result of misplaced confidence. A more evolved example of cringe commentary, and one that TikTok is a direct descendant of, comes to us from a major internet personality, Cody Ko, in his series That's Cringe. In this series, he and his friend Noel Miller sit in front of their screen to watch and give their comedic take on whatever cringy internet video they found for that episode. I would describe this as an evolution of the cringe commentary from Leafy is Here to a full-fledged commentary video where the commentary itself dominates the screen time and it is a more nuanced critique of the content in question. It's also worth noting that they are cringing at those with a higher social status than them. This episode focused on a music video made by another massively famous internet figure, who is often the subject of criticism, Jake Paul. The music video is, as Cody Co describes, a hate song against people in the honorable profession of teaching.
Like just teachers.
Just in general?
Yeah, just, the people that teach the youth of America. Yeah. Teachers who make $30,000 a year and who take care of your piece of shit kids every single day.
Yep.
The commentary holds similar motifs as the original Cringe commentary roast videos with its use of air horns.
Why don't you tell us some shit that we're actually going to use in our real lives?
Wow.
But it develops into a more in-depth critique of why this piece of media was even made.
No, but please do an entire diss track about teachers. When you're 21, that's another thing. Why are you making a diss track about high school teachers?
This is the trend and the culture that TikTok as a video sharing app was born out of. It is a commentary on others' absurdity, less about the way they look and how they identify, although that does occur, but more about a condescending assertion of moral superiority over the subject in question.
His audience is like 13-year-olds.
Yeah.
Who now are like, I don't need school. I want to be a YouTuber. No, you're not.
No, you're
not. Go to school. Learn shit.
Dude, also, because I'll never get another opportunity to say this.
So how does cringe content make its way from YouTube, where it occupies a small percentage of the total content, to TikTok, where every single video can be cringe? Well, it's because TikTok as a platform emerged directly from the YouTube cringe commentary culture to adopt its techniques as actual functions that are built into the user experience of the app. To recognize how TikTok breeds cringe content, an understanding of how the user controls the app is important, and how the format of the videos create an inherently casual media creation experience. Starting with the layout of the app, which is a realized adaptation of the way YouTubers made commentary of other videos, TikTok is the first video-only sharing website that integrates comments directly into the video watching experience. Other sites like YouTube have a separate page for the comment section that is hidden away from the video itself. Vine, as a sort of predecessor to TikTok, worked in the same way. But instead, TikTok puts the button to access the comments partially obstructing the video itself, making its presence readily known to the viewer. The app allows the user to scroll through the comments while the video continues to play, peeking over the top of the pop-up. Instead of creating a whole new 15-plus minute video on YouTube to make commentary on it, engagement is readily available in the comments, engaging with other users as well. Or, a more direct extension of the "that's cringe" type video, Duet and Stitch are two features to make your own TikTok video as commentary on the one that was just watched. In a Stitch, the user can play the video, then react afterward. In a Duet, a user can react to a video while the original plays right next to it. This very important aspect of the user experience is integral to the way TikTok operates because it presupposes in the mind of any creator that your video can, and likely will, be subject to direct scrutiny by other users. The other way that TikTok generates cringe content is by way of the casual nature of the video format. The videos are limited to 15 seconds or up to 1 minute. An amount of time makes it near impossible to make a serious, respectable piece of media. If we can accept that the short video format and the tendency for social critique establishes an environment of casual, often ironic content creation, then a misunderstanding of that space would be analogous to showing up to an open mic with a full band and enough equipment for a stadium show. When genuinely serious content is posted on TikTok, a platform that is inherently casual, the content is cringe as it is a misunderstanding of discourse on the app. I am going to define TikTok videos into 3 categories of cringe. Unintentional cringe, resulting in too much confidence in their ability or knowledge and it misses the mark. Intentional comedic cringe, as actors playing a character that is cringy for comedic purposes, and accidental cringe as a misunderstanding of the way TikTok functions. Dezaya Olsen is a TikTok creator focusing their content on their unapologetic passion and confidence for their singing. I am trying to avoid making any subjective judgments, but I will need to make an objective one, which is that their vocal quality is poor. They sing wildly out of tune and completely offbeat to an impressive degree.
Cause baby, know we got bad blood. You know we used to be mad love. Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times.
Their success of over 100,000 followers on TikTok even inspired an original song release. So if the music is unbearable to hear and the videos are cringy to watch, it begs the question, why are millions of people viewing these videos? And why is TikTok the single fastest growing social media platform ever? A quote from Melissa Dahl makes a direct connection between the way a viewer engages with cringe content and Jacques Lacan's theory of the gaze. The moments that make us cringe are when we're yanked out of our own perspective and we can suddenly see ourselves from somebody else's point of view. Through the act of viewing embarrassing videos of others, we see ourselves in them. We see ourselves as possibly inhabiting that embarrassing space. I imagine the embarrassment that I would feel if I were in Dezaya's shoes, but the fact that the creator is fully confident in their actions makes it more difficult to feel empathy toward them, because they do not feel embarrassment themselves. This creates a viewing experience that is distanced from the source of the cringe. Lacan says, "The painter gives something to the person who must stand in front of his painting, which might be summed up thus: you want to see? Well, look at this." He gives something for the eye to feed on, but he invites the person to whom this picture is presented to lay down his gaze there, as one lays down one's weapons.
You should lower your gaze.
Engaging with the unintentional cringe on TikTok is an engagement on the level of the look, a passive viewing that does not require the viewer to engage with their own ideology. The TikTok user lays down their gaze upon viewing and shields their own confrontation with their desire by asserting to themselves of the validity of their morality. The user recognizes that commenting, duetting, or engaging with the video in any other way would be morally questionable, so the very act of not engaging is a way of avoiding responsibility and averting a recognition of their own desire. In a YouTube video by an account, Philosophy Guy, titled, "I Like to Look at Car Crashes," he references theorist Slavoj Žižek's work about objective violence, car crashes, as falling into that category. The crash itself happens quickly, but the total event includes everything that leads up to it and follows it. It includes the sirens, the police and ambulance lights, and the clusters of people watching out of the corner of their eyes. Philosophy Guy expresses that an aversion of the eyes away from the subject of the crash is an assertion to the self to be moral, by telling himself that he does not desire to see the crash itself. Instead, he averts his look to see the surroundings and the aftermath.
I'm a decent person. It is morally wrong to look at the wrecks. I'm disturbed for doing so, etc.
Engaging with the TikTok comment section would be staring right at the car crash, but instead, you just view the video. A lack of commentary, when the platform essentially forces it upon the user, is an aversion of the look. It is a way to lay down the gaze and maintain one's own morality. Isaac is a 19-year-old comedian from Brighton, England, who deeply understands the nature of TikTok engagement. He creates cringeworthy content with the intention of comedy.
Now, the thing that I like about the summer most is that the ladies wear a little bit less. If you know what I mean, lads. Let me know in the comments if you know what I mean. Down below.
His videos act as an ironic commentary on the unintentional cringe on the app.
Hello, bullies. How's it going? Oh, wait, sorry. A little interruption is coming in from my anger. What's going on?
He uses the awkwardness of a character for comedic purposes, but it provokes a similar response in the viewer than unintentional cringe does.
I don't send those kind of photos. If you want to see it, you have to come and get it. In real life. That's how I get down. Come see me in real life, baby.
A trend arose in which amateur photographers attempted to display their professional ability to the world using TikTok. It resulted in a fundamental misunderstanding of how the platform operates, resulting in a misplaced confidence in their creation of TikTok content. The attempt of being perceived as a serious artist is too serious for the platform. The short video does not connote a feeling of professionalism, no matter how impressive the photos are. This style of short video has noticeable motifs that are then subject to parody by other users, making intentional cringe.
Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
It is only upon the question of authenticity that the subject's desire is confronted. Because all content is cringe, it becomes a question of whether the creator is being authentic or not. To make a connection to a different filmic medium, when viewing cinema, it is clearly fake, but watching TikTok, it is unclear. The identity of the creator is often unknown, and it is difficult to do more than guess on the intentions of their videos. Desire is revealed when the spectator begins asking if the TikTok they are watching is genuine, because if it is authentic, then you are morally questioned by watching it, but if it is ironic and you don't realize, then you become the subject of the cringe and feel your own embarrassment as a result. Isaac, the intentional cringe creator, whose videos were the object being looked at, now looks back at the spectator, so the spectator becomes the cringe from the look of the other. To revisit Melissa Dahl's words, the moments that make us cringe are when we are yanked out of our own perspective, and we can suddenly see ourselves from somebody else's point of view. The gaze forces an involvement in the scopic field of the spectator. The gaze prevents the spectator from watching the film from a safe distance, because it indicates an inclusion of the spectator in what he or she sees.
Man, this is what TikTok got y'all out here doing. This is what TikTok got y'all doing.